The good life is to be earned. It is earned with hard work and sacrifice. You're not going to be happy if you win the freaking lottery. It's not a good feeling. It is the first, but you didn't really earn that money. If you inherit money, if mommy or daddy leaves you a bunch of money, it doesn't feel as good as you making it yourself. When I got divorced from my partners in my first company, I made a boatload of money, but I was left with such an icky feeling. It took me building another company, the pond company, before I really felt good about myself again. I started to feel like in between those two companies that maybe I was riding my partner's coattails. And then once I started the pond company, I worked my ass off and it became a successful company. I realized I was a good business person, period. So this about working too hard and all that kind of stuff. Now, if you're working hard and you're not making money, that sucks. And that's what we're trying to fix right now. Listen to me. If you're working hard and you're not making a boatload of money, this is what I tell people: go work for Home Depot, go work for the In-N-Out Burger. I mean, you make 100 grand working for somebody else like that. If you're not busting your ass, and if you're not making the money, and you will make the money if you connect with these other people and you soak all the information out of all these other people in the group. Yes or no? Please, yes or no in this chat box. If we were like the Borg, if we could take all the knowledge that all of us know in this group and put it in each of our head, like the Borg on Star Trek, it's a Star Trek thing. How freaking awesome would that be? How powerful would that be? How wealthy would you be if you had the cumulative knowledge of everybody in this group? Somebody give me an answer in the chat box. It's like when you hear Derek role play and you go, Jesus Christ, how did he pull out that word track? How did he pull out that word phrase? How did he so quickly? It's all hard work, baby. None of this coming by. Nobody's giving you nothing. You don't get what you wish for in this life. You get what you work for in life. So this sacrifice thing, and trust me, I understand about family. I try to be a good dad. I think I was a good dad. Logan's coming on in a minute. He'll tell you if I was a good dad. But boy, I spent my first 15 years, my family didn't know who the hell I was. But you know what? The last 24 years, they have a pretty kick-ass life, a pretty kick-ass vacation life, a pretty good home to live in, a pretty good everything to live in. Everything that's worth it takes a lot of work. I just spent 4 days, my birthday weekend, by the way, thank you, a 4-day dance convention in Baltimore, Maryland. And with that, what you really do is you take these dance classes all day long. They're 1 hour workshops. They'll teach you certain moves, certain techniques. But some of them, like this class right here, was presented by the world champion dancers. They're world champion ballroom dancers, world champion Latin dancers, and world champion West Coast swing dancers. So this couple that gave this workshop, it was a 1 hour workshop. And you know what they did? They sat us all on the floor and they put these two charts up here. And all they told us was their typical work day routine that they went through. And at the end of class, there's about 100 people in this one class. They all come around, they take pictures of it because they're going to go home. If they go home and do something about it, they'll become really good dancers if they can adopt the work ethics of these two dancers. And everything these two people were telling us in 1 hour, I'm like, this is CSA all the way. Everything they said is exactly what we're saying in this group. Like, he said, don't you dare come up and tell me how many years you've been dancing. I want to know how many hours you've been dancing. And I'm like, don't tell me you've been in the CSA for 3 years and it ain't working out. I want to know how many role plays you've done. How many role plays have you done? That's how you're going to kick ass. That's how Derek kicks ass. Tim Catroni kicks ass. Jack Harwood is in a group kicks. That's how it all happens. You got to put the time, the role play, the hours in. You can't just sit back and watch everybody else get a green belt. Go get your own damn green belt. That's how you're going to win this game. I want to share just a few things up here that they talked about. And these are world champions. On the right-hand side, Set a goal or intention. Every time they go into a practice, they have a goal. Okay. Then they film themselves before they even start and they set a baseline so they can go back later and watch their dancing and see if they've even improved. They have drills. They go through drills over and over and over. Huh, what does that sound like? Role plays? What does that sound like? Connecting? It's nothing more than a drill. This is business drills. Once a week, connect with someone. When I talk to everybody, in January, yep, I'll connect with one member a week. I try to make it so not that hard. This is a drill. This is your business drill. Do a role play a day. Connect with someone once a week. These are things do over and over and over. Number four, these are the world's best dancers. In three different categories, they have a coach. They have coaches that monitor them. They have multiple coaches that monitor them. Okay. They set an agenda for each practice. Of course, they videotape themselves afterward. They see how they're doing. Then they evaluate everything and they repeat the process. Where have you heard that before? A repeatable process. That's what a good business is. Something that repeats over and over and over. You just keep raking the cash in and in, like a McDonald's. You just open the doors and they're coming in. You got the burgers ready, the fries ready. You got it down. And if Bobby Sue is sick on the fry machine, Jim goes over there and works the fry machine because they don't need some genius to run this whole operation. This is what Mike and Andrew and I are doing right now with a huge help of Logan. We're trying to systematize and automate this company of ours. And I'm just telling you, we already had one of the best we have one of the best small companies on this planet. Already got that. But that ain't good enough. We want a better, more systematized company. So when I'm out and many years up the road and Mike and Andrew want to go sell this thing, it's worth something because it's a machine that just rolls and it's going to be more automated than I've ever automated it. A lot of the shit I'm doing, I don't want to do. I wouldn't start this whole credit card thing. I wouldn't start the full maintenance plan. I wouldn't start all these things that requires more work of me, except I'm being pushed by Mike, by Andrew, by Logan. They're pushing me, and I'm like, okay, that's my duty to leave them a freaking company that's better off without me than with me. And that's what I'm trying to do. But it comes from learning with all this stuff and all this knowledge I gained from you folks. I'm the luckiest one in this group. Has any one of you feel like you've talked to everybody in this group? Put in the chat box if you feel like you've talked to everybody in this group. I may have missed an employee here or there that I don't even know about because sometimes they come and they go. But I have sucked information out of every single one of you. And because you talk to me, the conversation we're going to have. Yeah, it's going to be about money. Yeah, it's going to be about life. Yeah, it's going to be about marriage and everything. Yeah, it's going to be about anything and everything. And I got to tell you, 2/3 of my conversations go in a direction I never saw coming. But at the end of it, I'm the one getting rich. I hope you are too, but I'm the one getting rich and I'm gaining information from 100 different people. 100 different people. So the point is, I don't know what the hell the point is. So let's just switch gears because I got a lot, I got a lot to say today.